That's all you, whatever that
supposed to do it
was.
with
You
me.
interpretive dance your way through this intro. I honestly did not think we would live to see today. But damn it, we did. Welcome. Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira. It's so good to see you. Thank you. That was a great dance.
Thank you. I'm really good at it. I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And today, we are dedicating today's show to Specialist Ryan Davis and his squad in Afghanistan.
Oh. Is this like a Battlefield 3 thing, or?
No, it's not. He emailed us to
Are
say
they a
that they
guild?
watch
Do
the
they
show
play
every
online
day.
together?
Kevin.
What?
He emailed us to say that he likes to watch the show every day.
Oh, that's cool.
So thank you for doing what you're doing. And I'm not talking about watching our show. I'm talking about what you do for us over there.
I say thanks for watching the show. I
for watching the
appreciate
show,
it. I mean, maybe
too.
Candace doesn't, but thank you. You look great in camo. It's hard to see it, but man, fantastic.
On the show today, heads will roll, genitals will be exposed. Liam McIntyre from Spartacus Vengeance will be here live.
As long as that's the proper order. As long as it's not heads will be exposed and genitals will roll.
No,
as long as that's,
we don't want
that's a
that.
show I can get behind.
Then the FBI may be planning to monitor your Facebook and Twitter accounts. Doesn't that make you feel safer? We will have all the details in the loop.
Oh, I love it. It's going to be a lighthearted romp, I promise. Plus, any of you guys like free music that's not from Mega Upload? Oh, yeah. Of course you do. That's why we're giving out some awesome free beats from Black Taxi and Fantogram.
Love me some
It
free
sounds like an old
beats.
Sierra game. And Tiffany Smith chats with the cast of Man on a Ledge, including Sam Worthington and Elizabeth Banks. Whole lot of handsome in that movie. Elizabeth Banks loves it when you call her handsome. That's when you compliment her on her thighs. Women love that. They like nice thighs and great hips.
Do women love that?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
what
I've
women
never
love?
talked to one outside of this studio, but I think that's what they like.
Yeah, I think you should just keep your mouth closed.
Done and done. But that ain't all, is it, Candace?
That's what Sarah Underwood says anyway.
That's right. There is more. By the way, what?
Sexiest hips on television, Sarah Underwood. Yeah.
Thanks.
It still doesn't work.
Anyways, remember how Netflix was planning to rent video games to you one day? Yeah, about that. And if you use a cell phone, I'll tell you about it later in the feed.
Such a tease.
Calm down.
This is such a tease.
You guys aren't ready for me yet.
The
okay?
anger is just
The best
immediately
is yet to come.
Anger's immediately diffused by those thighs. I'm telling you. Daytime Emmy.
Now the hips and the thighs.
Yeah, I thought it was my hips, Kev. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know the difference between hips and thighs. do you?
I don't know. Where do the babies come from? I don't know.
Anyways, if you use a cell phone in North Korea, you could expect to be executed for war crimes. Good news today on the feed. Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Thanks,
Later.
Sarah. Can't wait. Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We are going around the net. A strong, healthy back. Women love that. They love that. You tell a woman that looks like a strong, healthy back. You could carry the weight of the world on that. They go, thank you, and they kiss you on the cheek.
Oh, Kevin,
Your
you
jawline,
have no idea.
your cheekbones defined, sexy.
Today's number
No.
5 video is a web classic redone with a bit of modern Dragonborn flair.
Okay, so in case you haven't been playing Skyrim, or if this is your first time watching our show, that right there, that's called a Fus Dura. It's a spell that allows you to sort of blow your enemies away or any bread rolls on a table. Very powerful. It uses the dragon power, basically. Right? Yeah. Okay, we're all on the same.
In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
That's what happens when Benny Hinn uses the Fus Dura.
That is
Impressive. Send the auditorium down. I'd rather watch him fight a dragon. Yeah. To me, if you're gonna do something Skyrim-y, fight a dragon, Benny.
Because then you get to watch him absorb the dragon soul?
No, it's a funny visual of like a dragon picking him up in his mouth and then shaking him around like a dog toy. You know what I mean? And like dragon, you give Benny back and you're pulling on him and the leg pops off. You're like, oh no! I'll still love you even though you hop now, Benny. And then everybody laughs, so we go down to the bar and have a drink, right, guys? Wish I still had a live journal. You guys remember that thing that happened in the 1940s? Candace, remember that? 1940s, come on.
No. What?
With the bombing We had bombings, there was invasions, a little bit of genocide.
World War II.
Yeah, it was World War II, okay? But here's the thing, don't be such a downer. There's now a sequel to World War II. Boom! Hollywood!
World War II wasn't a movie.
Why they figured it
It
out?
was geopolitical thunderstorm that tore Europe apart. The Nazis alone killed millions.
Okay, Encarta,
What are you talking
listen.
about?
Whatever you just said, there's now a sequel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the day we have been expecting is fast drawing near. Whilst we have been going about our respectable lives, those with sick and depraved minds have been building their armies and constructing their story. A preposterous story that will attempt to redefine history and dazzle the world with mind-blowing special effects. I think you know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Mother space Nazis in a film called Iron Sky.
Iron Sky.
No,
It's
who
like
could
Chubby Rain.
Possibly think it was a good idea to make a movie about space Nazis.
A visionary, obviously. It's this guy.
My name is Timo Vuorensola, and I'm the director of this awesome film about the Nazis from the dark side of the moon. The world premiere of Iron Sky will be in Berlin, in 11th of February at 6 o'clock at the biggest cinema in Berlin.
I will likely be in a bunker several thousand miles away from Berlin because it's not
Great
safe.
idea. Premiere the movie about space Nazis in Berlin, Germany, where the Nazis once lived.
Yeah, I get. But I mean, what would you rather him debut it in Warsaw?
No.
I'm just or Cape Canaveral, the home of space. Huh? Space Nazis.
Too soon, Kevin.
It's World War II,
soon.
Candace. It's World War II.
No. I'm talking about the space program.
Oh. Let's not applaud the death of science, guys. Let's not. That's
Too
really,
soon.
really crass. We like shuttles, though. The tiles resist heat. Today's number 3 item is either someone who's pushing the boundaries of what highways can do, or just another lady driver. I don't really know. I think
Kevin,
it's a
we
chick
have
driver.
no evidence of that.
The evidence
No evidence.
always speaks for itself.
Look at him. I'm waiting. Oh, dude, doesn't he hit a bridge up here?
Yeah, I really have no idea what this guy's doing in the middle of the road, or in the middle of the thing over here. But he's cruising along. He just hit a bump. That was great. That was great. That was great. Now he's going to go into oncoming traffic.
I just want to see what happens when he hits the bridge.
He has his turn signal on to go into oncoming traffic on 81. Oh my God, he got airborne.
His bumper.
He lost his bumper.
Wow.
This is great. I really don't know what she's doing. I lost her.
Oh, dude.
She hit another. Oh my God, that was huge.
Okay. To me, this just looks like sensible commuting. I mean, when there's no carpool lane, you just make one.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
It's great. I love
That's
it.
someone who had a Hertz rent-a-car and decided to splurge on the 20 bucks. Like 20 bucks for the insurance.
Yes.
Let's drive this
That's
thing
a
into the
good
ground.
idea. I'd
But
like
we'll
to do
fill up the
that.
tank before we return it. Smart way to do it.
Today's number 2 is a tale of crime and punishment brought dramatically to life by WFTV in Orlando.
Oh, WFTV. It's the
Is
same.
that how it said? WFTV.
Yes,
Sorry.
it is,
Okay.
absolutely. Listen, the problem here is that it's the same old, tired story. You got an accused steals car, accused drives 90 miles an hour while being chased by the cops, accused gets stopped by grandma with a gun.
When Roderick Willis ran from the law, some would say he picked the wrong yard. He ran into Karen Granville's backyard as he tried to get away from deputies and a helicopter. Granville, who heard the commotion, showed us exactly what she did next.
Don't you move! I says, I will shoot you. I will shoot you where you stand.
For a mother who loves John Wayne and has a concealed weapons license, this was her
He
moment.
says, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. I says, don't you move. You're moving. I says, don't you move. And then he put his hands behind his head. I says, you're moving.
Granville didn't know if Roderick had a weapon.
Anyone that comes through this yard, they're going to be in trouble because, I mean, she's ready for him.
So man gloves. Ray-Bans and a porch swing. I trust his testimony, Your Honor. It's like,
I used to
"Excuse
love
me,
Ray-Bans.
Let me put my Macho Man glasses on. Now you can ask me anything you want." I love that they duct tape a GoPro camera to the barrel of a gun, and Grandma goes out there. Is that good enough, guys? Okay. And then she goes back and sells her porcelain shoe houses on eBay, or whatever old ladies do.
Because that's what old ladies do?
Yes.
That is so weird.
Who else collects porcelain shoe houses?
I didn't know that old ladies collected those.
Now you do. So you're gonna learn. We're infotainment guys, all right? I'm tired of just being the tainment. I gotta drop some knowledge bombs. It's gonna be shrapnel. I'm pretty sure that grandma pulls the gun on everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like Christmas at her house is like a John Woo movie.
Sounds like Christmas in the South to me.
Go on. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. I was home this past Christmas, and it was the
Where's
first.
home? Just to define for the viewers. Who
Well,
don't-
home is now in Florida, but I went to Alabama to visit my cousins, and
equally bad choices. Got it. Okay.
this is the. They're not. Stop saying that. They are great places to live.
Sure they are. If you're,
Shush!
If you're
Do you
armed with
wanna
like
hear my
alligators.
story or not?
I really do. I really do. Fantastic places. The brochures are amazing. What do we got?
I hate you.
You go home.
Anyways, we went home, and it was Christmas, and I was at my family's, and my mom got a gun. This is like the most redneck Christmas I've ever had. My mom got a gun, and then a bunch of my family went out to the mud and just.
Wait, well, okay.
It was like a
No,
ditch.
that's a good
ditch,
checkpoint for
and
the
they were
story.
all shooting guns.
They went out to the. Is this mud like in a Walmart parking lot? There.
No,
They're just shooting into the sky.
It was into the woods and in this like ditch thing that nobody else was. I didn't go. I stayed home with my grandparents.
I hope everybody came back alive.
They did.
Okay,
They did.
fantastic. Good. The end. I see how it reminds you of
I
Christmas.
don't know why I told you that story.
Well, it's good to know someone put the mud people out of their misery. I'm glad that it was your family. Did they shoot at targets?
Yeah.
What? Other than the ground?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Well,
some like water bottles or something. I don't know. Target.
All right, still ahead. Stop speeding, everybody. Take it down.
Things get weird on a French highway and our number one ATM.
Water bottles?
Yeah, that's like a jug or something. Thanks, guys.
Your fan club met an abrupt end. All right. And number one today, it's the latest from French prankster Remy Guillard.
You said that perfectly.
Remy Guillard, some brie and a baguette. It's the latest from this prankster guy, and be warned, it's set to some toe-tapping beats. You're gonna want to tap your beat. Tap your toe to the beat. It's real good.
Now, we've all been buzzed by radar guns and red light cameras before, just not like this.
He has a human breathalyzer prank that is to die for as well. We'll show it later. But you know that that is clearly an across-the-pond prank, because in the States, they would have just shot him. Like, at the moment there's a flash, it could be an actual red light camera, they're just gonna shoot it. Doesn't matter. Not a dude in a box. If a dude is carrying a box, gun him down. Ask questions later. That's how it works. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, it's very simple. Fire up your internet computer thing, g4tv.com/aroundthenet. It's that easy. content delivered to your house. It's like the future. Now, last week, Candace, very awesome. She's still very excited because she has a new email account. Yeah.
And now it's time to check it.
iCarly thing
All right,
that was.
let's get this baby all set up. My spiffy computer. All right, now first up is Joel Q, who asks, how can I be less quiet and shy around people?
Joel,
Listen,
first thing
Joel.
I would do is learn the difference between quiet and quiet.
Kevin,
Pretty easy
shut
to
up.
figure-
This is my thing,
Got it.
okay?
Yep, sorry, yep.
Go away. Now, Joel, you need to relax and just be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think of you because most of the time they're too busy worrying about themselves
Yeah,
anyways.
or worrying about proper grammar usage because really,
Ignore
Joel,
him.
it puts a squiggly under the word. You just
Ooh.
right-click it, Joel.
Kevin. Up next, Philip H. asks, if you were to judge a guy by his socks, what would be the best socks he could wear? Philip. Can I call you Philip? If you want to class it up, a fancy argyle or elegant stripe really accentuates those ankles. And boy, do I love some ankles. And avoid those toe socks, you know, the ones with the toes all cut out. They're creepy, and if you put them on, then wild animals will attack your feet.
Okay, well,
You don't
that's
want
not.
that.
No, the ankle thing was weird. That's just wrong. There's wild. What are you talking about with the toes?
The wiggling toes attract wolves, Kevin. Obviously. Anyways, it looks like we have time for one more.
Oh, great.
Now, this email comes from Secret Viewer 12. He says, hey Candace, I just bought a new DSLR to take my photo hobby to the next level. All right. But it seems like everything is always out of focus. Should I bring the camera back? I've attached some pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, Secret Viewer, let's see your snapshots. Walk with me.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Now, the good news is, well, you're probably not going to need to return that new camera. It looks like you haven't turned on your autofocus. Oh yeah, that's all it is.
Candace,
That's all it is.
It looks a lot
I
like.
got this, Kevin. Secret Viewer, buying a DSLR doesn't mean you're going to take better pics. You need to optimize the camera's manual settings.
Candace, you need to look
Kevin,
at the.
I've got this.
I don't think you get what I'm saying.
You know, some of these pictures look like you're in motion, almost as if you're chasing someone.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if that's the case, make sure the shutter speed is on high and turn on image stabilization. I really hope this helps you.
Candace,
This will be a lot better.
Candace, these are pictures of you.
Thanks,
Someone's
everyone.
following you.
Send in some more
Change
questions,
your
and
walk.
maybe they'll be answered next time.
Candace.
Candace checks her email.
Watch your step. In Man on a Ledge, Sam Worthington plays a wanted fugitive who's threatening to jump if he's not cleared for a crime he did not commit.
I am an innocent man!
Ah, those jumpers, always starving for attention.
So congratulations in starring in another action movie, but in this one, you might possibly get the least amount of action. So,
It's different because you're really just standing there trying not to fall off 200 feet in the air the whole day. And there's no one out there with you. It's not like you've got the director next to you. He's in an earwig on a building in a comfortable place somewhere.
what was it like the first day when you walked out on the ledge?
It's on film. You see it. The bit where I step out is the actual first day of me stepping out onto the ledge for real. Because I said, let's just film it, see what happens.
That's crazy. I feel like my palms would be really sweaty.
Yeah, it's more your buttocks.
We're on that level.
I'm telling you.
All right, do me a favor. Visualize something positive.
Tell me about it.
And you actually got out there on the ledge with Sam at one point. How did you keep your cool and actually act?
Well, luckily my character's a little afraid of it, so I didn't have to be that cool about it, which was good. Standing out there is kind of okay, but once you have to like walk or like move around, it gets a little freaky because you're just afraid you're gonna slip. And I was wearing heels. I did it all in heels.
Help me understand what's going on.
What was the most difficult stunt that you guys pulled off?
For me, was crawling through that vent.
Oh, yeah.
That was tough.
I mean, that tight suit was definitely essential for that scene too, right?
I didn't eat that day. I hope everyone knows that. Okay?
I think everyone watching appreciates that. Let's be honest, if you were talking Sam Worthington off a ledge, the movie would have been over in 5 minutes, the end.
I like it. I like it. Would have been a short film, very unsatisfying, however. Good thing they didn't go with that.
I'm your friend! Then why you look so guilty?
What would it take to drive you out onto a ledge that's 20-some stories off the ground?
A 1936 Bugatti Americana. I would go on a ledge for that.
I would do
jump.
it for 1959 Corvette.
What? Very good.
So the Mayan calendar says that the year 2012 is the year of the mullet.
Yeah. I'm bringing it back in this. I'm the new Kenny Powers.
Yes! Was that your idea? Were you
Because I thought it was like an old 80s movie, so I wanted an old 80s haircut. Seriously. No, you let me get away with it.
So for you, is there anything that would motivate you to go out on that ledge?
No. A movie?
If I were out on a ledge, would you try and save me?
I don't.
You had to think about that!
It depends. Look, that's like if there's a cat in a tree and the football game is on, that cat out of luck.
See Man on a Ledge, because there's nothing more horrifying than heights and mullets.
Thanks, Tiffany. I'm actually really excited about seeing that movie.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. I think it looks really good.
What part of that is intriguing to you?
Because he's on a ledge and he throws out money.
Oh, the man on a ledge
And he's
part.
really
I got it,
just
yeah.
distracting the people so that they can do their heist.
I've always wanted to be able to talk somebody off of one, you know?
I don't think you'd be very good at it. You tell them to go ahead and jump.
That's what I mean. I don't care if they just get down, you're tying up traffic.
Exactly.
I mean, your life is crappy, but don't ruin all of ours. You know what I mean? Like something like that, but into a megaphone would be awesome.
Kevin.
You know? End it all. Go ahead. We'll time you.
Still ahead. The FBI is about to get all up in your Facebook accounts. We will explain everything
I'm
in
just
the loop.
not gonna friend them. I'm just not. And later, Liam McIntyre.
Kevin had just ate the entire waffle in like 5 seconds.
I'm not finished the damn thing. I need a shirt. All right, that was a bad idea. You guys like that? You like that riff? Farted that out in GarageBand like 2 weeks ago. Just whatever, save it, export it, MP3 it, I don't
did
care.
not.
Ringtone it. You
You
kids
didn't do it.
remix it, mash it up.
He's
It's a
lying.
generation for it. Do what you do.
Kevin's been lurking us in studio all week, and it has been quite hilarious, to say the least.
Hilarious to some, HR visit worthy to others.
All during the feed.
Some people are confused of like, what's the difference between a lurk and a photobomb? And I feel like they're very close to the same thing.
They
a lurk,
are.
though, needs to be partially obscured by an object
Okay.
and have depraved sexual motivations. Traditionally. One of the two. Not every photobomb has that.
Okay, Kevin.
Yesterday, you guys tweeted us your best lurking pics, and the first one is from Benjamin. Awesome name. I don't know if you catch that. That is a front of frame lurk, partially obscured by the lens's own abilities, and a plank out a window.
You're crazy.
David Blaine window plank.
That's
Well done.
scary.
Yeah.
Ugh. Next, we have an amazing lurk from Rob Hates Zombies, who apparently decided to join us in studio one day.
Incredible.
I don't even remember him being
Yeah,
there.
he's like our in-studio crew. You don't even know they're here or working. It's incredible. Love you all.
It's not true.
Here's a very sneaky lurk. If you look, you gotta look close, because
Oh!
yeah, that is. Oh, that is.
Oh.
Are you there, God? It's me, lurker. That's what that is.
That's
Look, watching your parents have sex is one
creepy.
way to learn. And it's not the best way, but it's one way.
This next one is from Supersize That. Let's take a look. Aww. I think he's proposing.
That is more of a Forever Alone impression than a lurk, right?
Oh, but he's covering your face,
That is,
Kevin.
yeah, he's doing that to feel human contact. That's not. It's,
Sweet.
I'm kidding. That's a very sweet proposal. Thank you for sending that photo. Do you accept?
Well, I haven't met you yet, so.
Oh, that's a no. We call that a soft kill in the business. Way to shatter that young boy's heart, Candace.
Let's meet and then we'll decide.
All right. What are you gonna decide over pancakes at IHOP or?
Oh, maybe. If they're good ones, like blueberry or banana chocolate chip.
You know the way to her heart. It's that easy. Here's K Pura 33 executing an epic lurk at home. There's a Tostito on the ground, and that is the perfect lurk face. That has both of the things that I mentioned earlier, which I'll probably get in trouble for later. Yeah.
I think this might be my favorite lurk.
Yeah,
of the
that's
day.
well done, everybody who lurked.
Thank you so much
Thank
for sending
you.
us your photos. They were awesome.
They were really fun. We tried to get a whole bunch more on, but we have to move the show on. And listen, if you
It's
Google
true.
journalism, you're going to get like 125 million results.
And at least 10,000 of them are photos of Sarah Underwood. It's
true.
Probably true. Thanks, guys. Right now, it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Thursday, January 26th, and here are your top stories. If you were looking forward to Netflix renting video games, we have some bad news for you. According to CNET, yesterday's Netflix CEO Reed Hastings said that plans for you to get PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360 games delivered to your house in a red envelope have been scrapped. This is a big reversal from last year when Netflix announced that the popular DVD rental and streaming service would add gaming to its roster. So far, Netflix has given no reason for the flip-flop, but we're pretty sure the folks at GameFly are breathing a huge sigh of relief. And as part of its 10th anniversary celebration, IMDb has released lists of its top 10 most searched actors, movies, and TV shows. The films are heavy on nerd fare. The Dark Knight is #1, followed by Donnie Darko, Pulp Fiction, and some Harry Potters, and 2 from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, while Godfather ranks #10. For TV shows, Lost and House just beat out Grey's Anatomy in the top 3. And for actors, it's Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, and Angelina Jolie. I think, Kevin Pereira, you just missed out on the top 10 at number 11, probably.
So close. Oh, no runner-up medals, though. Next year. What are we talking about?
Hey, Mars fans. Hey! NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory has just launched 2 interactive websites that let you explore our space neighbor. Not only can you poke around the nooks and crannies of Gale Crater, you can follow the path of the Spirit rover, which has never been fully visualized for space fans until now. Go to exploremars.jpl.nasa.gov to get your Mars on now.
What a sexy URL.
I know, it rolls off the tongue. North Korea is best Korea if you don't like cell phones. Gizmodo's reporting that North Koreans caught using their cell phone during the 100-day mourning period for Kim Jong-il will be branded war criminals. Keep in mind, you can be executed or sent to a concentration camp for far less than being a war criminal. Now, the good news for North Koreans, hey, how often do I get to say that? Cool. The good news for North Koreans is that only 5% of the population actually has a mobile device, and less than that probably have the electricity to charge it. So that's not good news for them either, is it? But today's biggest story is that your government's amping up its monitoring of social media sites. For more on that, let's go over to Kevin.
Thank you so much, Sarah Underwood.
You got it.
Listen, the FBI is developing an app to monitor social networks like Twitter and Facebook, so get ready to cancel your terrorist flash mob. It's time for The Loop. Joining me from a closely monitored location in San Francisco to help us make sense of it all, Chief Political Correspondent for CNET, Declan McCullough is here, everybody. So Declan, let's hop right into this, sir, because the FBI put out a memo basically pitching companies. They said, hey, we want an app. We want it to spy on social networks to get all sorts of information and put puzzles together, which I had to stop and go, okay, wait a minute, that sounds bad, but also it sounds like something they should have been doing for the last 10 years, right? They're the FBI. They should have had these tools running in some war games bunker somewhere, crunching numbers.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, in reality, the FBI is one of the most technologically backwards federal agencies. They planned this big computer revamp, and they had to cancel it. Hundreds of millions of dollars wasted. I mean, they're stuck in the Windows 98 age. It really is that bad. What they're trying to do here is that they've seen too many reruns of 24, and they all want to be Jack Bauer, and they want the underwater or underground bat cave where they can just monitor everything. And there might be some benefits, but there also might be some privacy downsides as well. I mean, do you really want the government keeping a track of everything you're doing online? Maybe not.
I want to do that on my Tumblr. I want to be the one who gives out all the information and tells the world what I'm eating and where I'll be killing. But what powers specifically is the FBI looking for? Like, what are they actually looking to monitor? What dots are they trying to connect with this software?
Right. And now this is a 12-page, it's a request for proposal and request for information. It's very preliminary. All they're saying is that we want companies to say, this is what we can do. One of the phrases they're using is the ability to detect specific credible threats. Another one is to predict what's going to happen as well. And so, I mean, this is predicting what's going to happen. I mean, because Al-Qaeda uses Twitter to coordinate things. I mean, come on. How many terrorists are going to take to Twitter and publicly say what they're doing. I mean, if you're a terrorist, you're just not going to do it that way. What's going to happen is what happened in the 1950s, 1960s under J. Edgar Hoover, and you're going to see people who are peace activists, civil libertarians, maybe cypherpunkly type crowds. Hey, have you donated to WikiLeaks? You're going to be on the list. I mean, it's really going to be used for domestic monitoring of American citizens.
Certainly. And it's basically, it sounds like someone finally got around to watching Minority Report in their Netflix queue, and they think that they can just put a couple ladies in some milky liquid and suddenly predict the future. But what also startles me is that they want to tie in things from what I hear from Twitter and from Facebook, from traffic cams as well, and analyze predictive patterns of people. So if someone says something about traffic backing up and someone looking upset at it, it would tie that in with a geotag location, give them a photo of the traffic cam, really kind of giving us that first step towards that Minority Report future. And when I hear that kind of stuff, I think, don't they need extra legislation to do that, or do they not? Do they already have the power to connect those dots and then potentially go investigate or make arrests?
Well, I can't actually give you a straight answer to that question, and it's a weird reason I can't. And that is, last year, it was May of 2011, the U.S. Congress voted to renew the Patriot Act. But members of the Senate Intelligence Committee, who all have top secret security clearances, they're in there on the briefings, said, be careful, don't do this. There is a secret law that is the Department of Justice's, the FBI's interpretation of the Patriot Act. And it's their ability to get business records. You send in one request to Twitter, and maybe you'll get every single tweet or something like that. Maybe you'll send one request into AT&T, and you'll get everyone's locations of cell phones for the last year. It's about how long they keep it.
Sure.
And so it's really unclear what power, what legal authority the FBI has, because as we know from Senators Wyden, ex-Senator Feingold, these are Democrats complaining about what a Democratic administration is doing. The FBI has this secret authority, so they're not asking for more power, but they might already have that under the secret interpretation of the Patriot Act.
Well, and Declan, to that, in terms of what information they can monitor and cull and act upon, some people have said, well, don't worry, if they're monitoring your Facebook or your Twitter, just make it private. Then they're not going to see it. But then I put on my tinfoil hat and I think about something like H.R. 1981. Some people know it as the Protecting Children from Internet Pornographers Bill, which on the surface sounds like a wonderful thing, but what it really means is that ISPs have to retain all of your data, every click you make, every credit card you punch in, every phone call you make, if it's somehow tied to your ISP. They have to retain that for 18 months, and then the authorities can actually request information against that database without a warrant. Should I keep the tinfoil hat on, or should I pop it off and go, oh, the two will never be combined, there's never going to be an issue here?
Well, maybe like 3/4 on. Maybe it's more of a tinfoil
Tilt it to the side. Nice.
Your listeners are smart folks, and they know about the Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA. The author in the House is Lamar Smith, who's behind the so-called Protecting Children Act. I mean, that's like calling something the Protect Fuzzy Bunny Act. I mean, nobody's going to vote against it, and in fact, his committee did report it out to the floor of the House about half a year ago, but it has nothing to do with child pornography, really.
Right.
The data retention provisions would require ISPs to keep this, to keep track of what their users are doing.
Right, and that's where I go, listen, it's one thing for me to decide what information I want to give out. It's another for them to just collect it anyways and look into it. But that is a topic, Declan, I know you're passionate about. I'd love to have you back on a future loop and get in depth there. Declan McCullough from CNET, thank you so much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. And make sure you delete your Twitter and Facebook accounts now because they're watching. They're watching. Now over to Candace.
No. Stay tuned. Liam McIntyre from Spartacus Vengeance will be here live. If you're one of those people that says, they never win anything, cheer up. We've got 3 bands that want to give you downloads of their music for free. First up is one of New York City's best kept secrets, Black Taxi, with their single Hand. Black Taxi's diverse musical background has resulted in an indie pop rock sound that is hard to pigeonhole, though they've been compared to everyone from Franz Ferdinand to The Clash. They've just released their second album, We Don't Know Any Better, and are promising to bring their animated live show across the country soon. Next Next up is the song As Far As I Can See from self-proclaimed street beat dude Portishead, Heart My Bloody Valentine. Phanogram is trip hop you can get lost in. The band's latest nightlife EP was influenced by the production and touring they did for their 2010 debut album Eyelid Movies, and all the clubs and hotels they visited along the way. And finally, we have California from the After Party. Barely out of high school, this new age boy band made a name for themselves touring with Cartel, Runner Runner, and others. They're on the road with All Star Weekend promoting their latest EP through late February.
I've been in my A, but I'm on my way back home.
All three songs are gifts from the artist to you. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to G4TV.com and grab some free beats.
Yeah.
Listen, if television's taught me anything, it's that the Roman times were very bloody, very naked. Please welcome Liam McIntyre, everybody. He's back. He's here. And let's get into this.
That was like a bad infomercial. That was like a bad infomercial, yeah. And it can tighten your abs.
So these two guys then that believed in you.
Yeah, well, a guy and a girl, yeah, Bernie and Belle.
Sorry.
Yeah, they were obviously crazy because I hadn't done much, and
Right.
I was just sending them stuff from Australia and turning up. And like I was staying in like Sunset and Vine on the corner, and now it's got a giant.
I think we actually have a photo.
No, really?
Yeah, because that's that's the view.
Yeah, and that I could have looked out at that from where I was staying, which would have been kind of time travel-y, but you know,
that would be more frightening. Like, future me is threatening me with a
starting
sword.
to disappear a little bit, you know, like oh no, I've got to change that. I haven't seen enough Back to the Future.
But it's
all right.
okay because you don't have to qualify the Back to the Future because you, sir, are a Diablo fan. So here
Guilty
goes
as
the rest
charged.
of the interview.
See ya.
Diablo
Spartacus
3.
is good. Please watch
Yeah,
it.
no, they'll watch it. Everybody's a Spartacus fan.
There
I
we
think
go.
it's back on tomorrow.
That's established.
Diablo 3.
Diablo 3. All
Now,
right.
First of all, is your character named Spartacus?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only guy that should be using that name online.
I know.
Otherwise,
I know.
heads should be rolling.
I know. In another role-playing game, I got a little dog, and I called that one Spartacus.
You named your pet Spartacus?
Yeah.
What's your character name in Diablo? I mean, we'll wipe it for the beta.
No,
You can reveal it.
It was Spartacus. I was like, come on, how many times in my life am I going to be able to do this?
Of course. Now, did you play a sword-wielding?
I went for a barbarian. I tried to draw will. Yeah.
So
I tried to keep it authentic.
Did you figure out how to have sex with everybody in town and get them to
There is
reveal
a
their
cheat for
genitals?
that. I'll tell you afterwards. No.
Spartacus cheat.
Yeah.
I love it. And also, you're a huge Skyrimmer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's one where I really am traveling the Spartacus journey there. Not much magic. No, not a lot of that. But but you know, the sad thing is I'm about to go and do another season of this thing, which is going to be amazing. And
wait, the sad thing is this amazing season.
I know. I've got to do
that
this.
I get to do in the show.
I'm so lucky that I get to do this amazing thing. But then Skyrim will just disappear because I have to do all this hard work and try to make this show incredible, etc., etc.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare say that. What
Yeah,
you need to say is, "I am Spartacus." In my World of Warcraft guild, I need 20 minutes. You go back, you quest, you get your epic loot, and then you chop heads.
That's what contracts are for, right? You check out page 7 of this, baby. I'm back in 20 minutes.
Liam, I truly am a huge fan of Spartacus. I'm a fan of what you've done with it as well. And I've already seen a few episodes. I hope everybody does as well. Such a pleasure to chat with you. One of the nicest guys.
Man.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate
coming on. And I wish we had more time to chat Diablo, but
Yeah, I got a list of
when
games.
it releases,
Next time.
we're playing.
Next time.
All right, everybody. Spartacus Vengeance premieres Friday night on Stars. Stick around. More tech after this. Got the hard rap. I'm so sorry.
Oh, but you're too fat. I thought X-Wing pilots were skinny and handsome. You know what? You. Not you. I'm sure you're perfect, but...
Galactic Encounter.
Coming up on Attack of the Show. Actor Michael B. Jordan will be here with his mind-blowing superhero movie Chronicle. Then the world's hottest gamer, Adrian Curry, stops by with the new season of The Tester. Plus, Chris Gore beams down a verdict on Star Trek The Next Generation Next Level Blu-ray Collection on DVD Day. Then Weston Scott goes to the SHOT Show in Vegas to check out their arsenal, including rifles, handguns, and even a grenade launcher. And we'll show off all the tech you need to fill your man cave for the big game in Gadgetron.
See it starting Monday.
I just thought that I would mention that Lead Up sales went on sale
Oh
today.
my God, yes! Tickets to Lead Up, LEETUP.com. Go there, please, because it should be fun. Thank you to Candace Bailey for that plug. Awesome. Thanks to Liam McIntyre, Tiffany Smith, Declan McCullough, and Sarah Underwood.
And to you!
No, I give you my thank you
And to
twice.
you.
I thank you for
Good
the plug. Good night, everybody.